prove in rank play in Modern Warfare 3, starting off with controlling the gunfight. In the next few clips, what you're going to realize is every time we approach these situations and scenarios, we're simply going to be trying to get the advantage at all times, okay? So right there in the first clip, we tried to get the health advantage. Same thing here with the rival. We're going through, and as soon as we get that first shot, right, as soon as we get that health advantage, I'm going to commit to the gunfight. So right now, look at this, okay? There's a player on the head glitch on the bomb. So my first thought is, right, I'm in a 1 versus 1, okay? The bomb is obviously down. Actually, the bomb's not down yet, but we're in a 1 versus 1, and he has 10 seconds to kind of action, okay? So we're going through, we're taking our time. I don't know where he's going to be. We go across, and there you go. So right now, with 4 seconds left, he has to plant, okay? So me making him weak now, I know he's not going to plant. The next thing I'm going to do is chuck a grenade over. Why? To slow him down. I'm now going to push him, okay? I'm trying to control the gunfight, control the health. So I'm going to push him. As I push him now, he only has one real option. He has to either challenge me. He has 2 options. He has to either challenge me or stay down. Now, because a grenade hit him as well, he has to challenge me. Now he's one shot. We're going to close the gap. And you can see he actually ends up sticking the bomb down. But because we close the gap here, he's basically one shot. We're able to get the kill. So you always want to make sure you're playing for that health advantage. We go through to Rio here. Let's see what happens there. So we're going across. There's a guy right underneath us. We're going to jump through. We're right behind him. We take him out. Okay, first guy's dead. We're going to go across here, and now we're going to open the door. Instantly, there's a player in front of me, and I realize that he's got his gun up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go for some shots. Okay, now instead of standing there, what I could have done is just stood here and tried to kill him, right? But the problem is if he adds some movement to his game, he can kind of finesse me here. So I'm simply going to shoot him. As I'm shooting him, I'm going to back away. Now he's basically one shot. I'm going to camera him, because when you camera them, you get the first shot. So now he's weak. I'm going to camera him and get the kill. So what I'm doing is getting the health advantage, backing away, then cameraing them. Okay, that 2-step plan allows me to get more kills because I'm able to obviously get the second shot before them. So now we go through, same scenario. There's someone on B. Before we commit here, we're going to simply shoot him and back away. Now we're both weak. I'm going to camera him. Why? So that I get the next shot on. It's not going to be a 50-50. I'm going to be able to shoot him unless he pre-fires me. So we jump around the corner. We go for the short jump. We're able to kill him. So all these clips there you're seeing are the same kind of concept. We're just cameraing them, taking our time, going through, controlling the gunfight. Tip number 2, cutting the lanes. Now, this one applies for basically every game mode, but more importantly, hardpoint. Let's take a look at the minimap. Where are my team? My team are all the way on the hill, okay? So right now, I know the enemies are going to spawn around here, and there's the first player on the left. So instantly, we're going to go through, and I spot that first player. So I'm going to go around here and try to be annoying. And what happens is I see the second player. So what happened is this team, they spawned on my right. They basically went towards the hill, and they're not worried about the flank because they just spawned here, right? So I'm behind one, we take him out. As soon as I kill him, I remember there's another guy on my right. So I'm simply going to go to camera him. I'm going to slide cancel out and go for the camera. Now in this scenario, I absolutely fried him, but let's just say I died there, right? What would have happened is this player here would have been weak. The player here would have been weak, and he wouldn't have pushed the hill for about 10 to 15 seconds. So me going out now bought so much time. Now instantly I back away, I go through, and I'm going to make sure no one else is on the hill. My teammate gets another kill. So at this point, that's 3 people down. So what am I going to do? I'm simply going to back away and play a different angle. Now my teammate gets the last guy, which was the 4th. So now I know the rest of them are spawning up, but they obviously 2 people were looking for me here. So I know they're going to be, you know, expecting a gunfight. So what am I going to do? Simply take my time. We're going to go through, play a different angle, and we're just waiting. We're just waiting it, playing it patiently. And guess what? He's running out in the open. He thinks I've run away, but I'm standing right there. We get one, cut the lanes, and just a really good job here. There's a player behind me. I'm like, you know what? I don't need to do anything. Let me simply play in a corner here. Let them push me. We get aggressive at the end. I didn't even need to do that, but we go through and we get the kill. This kind of clip here, we were able to get basically the whole 60 seconds, and I was simply just cutting the lanes here, being annoying, flanking them. Now, there's definitely times where they should have killed me, don't get me wrong, but it's kind of just me finessing and going through. This hill is the exact same thing, but on a different map here. So right now, we get the first kill. That's 3 down. If I was to stand still right now, what would that do? I would basically be absorbing the pressure. Now, this is the most important thing I want you guys to take away. Right now, if I was to stand here on this head glitch, okay, and like back away, if I was to stand here, I'm not giving them any pressure. I'm basically sitting down at a deeper angle. I'm letting them get the map pressure. So instead, I'm simply going to push up a bit. You see, we're closing the angle down. And before I just commit to them, right, I know that 1 or 2 might be pushing this area. So I'm just going to wait for a second. Oh, I rewinded it a little bit too much. Let's go forward a little bit. Let's go forward. Let's go forward until the other. There you go. So right now, look at this. My teammate gets 2. We go through. We get the 3rd. Okay. So right now, that's 3 down. I know there's one more player. I don't know where he is right now, but there's a chance he could push me. As soon as I get this kill, I'm like, oh, that's the 4th. Now I have the license to push through. Obviously, I'm a bit weak though. So we're simply going to go through. We're going to watch the head glitch. As soon as they get those kills now, you're going to see we get the license. We're going to push through. It's all about finding that timing. Now, how do we do that? By looking at the kill feed. Now, in this situation, most of the time they jump past where I'm standing and they run to the point. So I'm just going to wait, play it patiently. And there's one. This is very important. I always mark them in these scenarios because if I miss my shots for whatever reason, let's say he runs away and I miss, or I don't actually want to shoot him. I want to wait for his teammates. At least my teammates have that live mark, so it helps them out. But this time I get through, I get the first kill, instantly reposition here. You see we go across there, we're going to turn around. I hear him behind me. We get the second. Straight away we turn around and we're playing for the cruise missile. Always about cutting those lanes. Very, very important. In this next clip, we're on invasion. Okay, 2 go down. My teammate's going to get on the hill now. Now I could easily stand on the hill, but what I'm going to do is get aggressive and get them while they spawn up, okay? Because I want to get map control. So we go through and I spot one. So I want you guys to notice what happens there. I spot one and he's clearly going to the right hand side. So I'm just going to wait for a second in case he backs away. It doesn't look like he's backing away. What that means is he's fully committing. So I'm simply going to back away myself. We cut the lanes and we get that kill. Really good shots there at the distance with the rival. Now we go through. Okay, there's a player on the left here. I'm simply looking at this situation as if there's one player on the left. There's probably 2 people spawned up. Now I'm going to play this one a bit smarter. Instead of going for the player on the left here, I'm thinking, right, my teammates can worry about that. There's 2 of them on the hill. I trust them. I'm instead going to play the cuts. Now the most important thing, because their teammate, so there's an opponent right in front of me, right? Because his teammate is behind me, he's not expecting anyone to be there. And that's the most important thing. So I'm taking my time, I'm going through, and we end up killing this player. Now, the player who's behind me in this case, who's in the treehouse on my right, he now has to worry about me and my teammate. So I don't even need to worry about him. You see, he goes on the hill and my teammate takes him out. So us playing our life there, I'm simply going to back away. Although one snuck through, I let my teammates handle him. I got the other kill. And now I see a player on the right. He spawns up. What do? We cut the lanes. We know he's going to come in front of us. So we slide cancel to camera him. And there you go. We get another kill. Just doing a phenomenal job of cutting the lanes. Karachi, let's see what we can do in this situation. So right now we go through. We get quite fortunate. This guy pushes us. We make him one shot. We're simply going to reposition here. And I'm thinking, okay, I know they're going to come through my right. Now, what angle they're going to come from, that's up to them. So I'm just going to play an off angle to really catch them off guard. There's one. We back away, instantly reposition it. Now this route's going to take a bit of time, but I want to go through that and highlight the importance. In this situation, you see we're playing quite tight on the hill. All 4 of us are on the hill. Now I'm not a fan of this. I don't want them to collapse on the hill. So what I'm going to do now is take a route. I'm expecting them to pinch the hill effectively, okay? So I'm expecting them to come through this mid alley. So what I'm going to do is go around here and say, you know what? Let me take my time. Let me go around here and let me try to catch them on the rotation. So we end up going up top here. There's one. We see him on the map. There's one. We take him out. As soon as we take him out, remember, we're not using our gun here. Why? Because I'm trying to be stealthy. And there you go. It works out perfectly. This guy doesn't expect it. And we get a 2-piece. Now, the clip's not done there. As soon as we get that 2-piece, I now know, okay, they should be spawning around P2. So straight away, we're going to push through. And this is where the play really ties in together. We're going to go across here and we're going to take our time. Perfect. We get there with perfect timing. Now, I don't know where the other 2 players are. There's a chance that they're in front of them, or the chance they're behind them. I have no idea. So right now, if I was to shoot, what would happen? They would have their attention at me. I don't want that. I'm trying to flank them. So I'm going to let them go through. You see, remember from earlier, we're marking them, right? Always live mark them. Now we're going to go across. Our first danger is the left. Why? They could be the 3rd person that was slightly behind them. I don't know where he is. So we're going to take our time. We're going to look to the left. As soon as I realize no one's there, I realize, okay, I've caught the perfect flank. So now we're behind one. We take him out. By the time his teammates react now, and let's say they were to turn around now, they're already in a gunfight. So I'm simply just pinching them at a perfect opportunity. We get another 2 kills there. And that was one of the best plays I made in the hard point. About a minute play there. I think we played it almost flawlessly. And we're able to get the rest of the time. On high rise, let's see what happens here. So we're going through. Great kill on the first player. And again, we're just in a situation where we don't have too much map control. So we're trying to go through. We're trying to make something happen. Let's see what we do. We're going across there. We're simply going to jump through. Now, I could sit on the hill. But again, I'm going for the map pressure. I'm going for the aggression here. My teammate gets 2. This is perfect. We're looking for the 3rd, and there you go. We get the 3rd. So now everyone that spawns up will be on their side of the map. They will be in front of me. So my job now is to simply distract and delay them. So you see there's 2 people here. We get the first player. Now I know the second player is on my right. So all I'm going to do now is add some movement and just make it a bit harder for him to kill me. So look, we had a drop shot and we absolutely fry him. Although I died there, we did such a good job kind of gaining map control and cutting those lanes. Just keep going on the next tip on high rise. As soon as we take out 1, what's the play here? We're going to push through. We're 3 versus 8. I'm just trying to think, right, where could they be here? No one's watching the right. We get perfect timing. There's a second. Okay, let's keep pushing through. There's 2 more. Right, perfect. Now in this situation, I've seen so many people sit back and say, okay, we got the kills. Let's just stay here. No, you want to push through. You want to get aggressive. Why? You know right now, I know they're going to spawn on the left. Okay, so right now, if I was to sit where I am now, they could get on the hill and make it a 50-50. I don't want to do that. I want to stop them from getting on the hill. And this is the whole concept. Look at that. Instead of sitting at the back spawn, we're pushed up. We're holding this angle. And look what happens when I get this kill. I end up closing the angle. I'm going more and more aggressive to make it harder for them to get on the hill. That's the main thing I'm focusing on. As we go through now, there's 2 people down. There's 1 player on the left that's on the hill. And if we look at the minimap, there's 1 player on the right. Okay. So right now we're going to go through. I'm more worried about the player on the right, but I'm going to try to sneak on by because he was a bit further away. And we go through and get the kill. As soon as I get the kill now, I know there should be a player behind me. We're simply going to turn around, slide cancel, and take him out. As soon as I get that kill now, we're once again going to play a different angle. We're going to go through. And I know that with 15 seconds left, they have to push through this street. Instead of playing passive, we're going to sit in this angle and make them work for it. They have to push through. They have to get past this line of sight in order for them to get in the hill. Cutting the lanes. Make it difficult for them to get on the objective. Make them work for it. Don't just give them a free route. Look at this right now. You see this player's running with his gun up? There's no time. He has no time to react. So what do? I make him suffer. I go behind him. We go through and we get a 2-piece. Do things to annoy them. And that takes us to tip number 3, reading the minimap. This one's so crucial. For the next few clips, we're simply going to be looking at the minimap together, showing you guys how to read it and how to improve your spawn knowledge. So right now, they're on that side of the hill. That's 2 people down. So we're going to go through and I'm watching the minimap. Why? One of my teammates just died. As soon as he spawns up, that tells me what spawn we have. So I'm taking my time and let's watch it together. So there's 2 people on their side. So I'm expecting my teammate to spawn behind me. But what ends up happening now is you can see it all kind of goes together, right? So I'm expecting him to spawn behind me logically. And if you look on the minimap, there's 2 red dots on the right. So what that means is we lost spawn. So we go through and we get another kill. Okay, that's 3 down. Now we're going to go across. I expect them to spawn on my right here. As we go through, you see we go across here. And now I'm thinking, okay, I don't know where they're going to spawn. They're probably still spawning on my right. And just to confirm it, look where my teammate spawns. You see how he spawns on the left here by P2? That confirms, okay, they are spawning on the right. So you want to read the minimap and pick up empty areas. So right now we're going through. My teammate has his back alley. So I'm simply going to watch the middle. As soon as he dies, I'm going to watch the right. And we're going to go through it together. So we go through and you see this, we get the first kill, okay? As soon as I kill him now, I want you to pay attention to the minimap. There's a player behind me coming through middle. So right now we're going to watch the left for a second. As soon as I realize no one's there, we're simply going to back away and pick up this 3rd guy. So you want to use the minimap, not only to understand the spawns, but to understand where the opponents are coming from. Same situation here on Vista. We're going across, we're behind them right now. The new hardpoint is activated in 2 seconds. Just a side tip. I don't want to get on the hill now. Why? Because they'll see the hill as red, so they'll know I'm on there. If I wait for a second, now I get on the hill, they're not going to know that, so I'm able to pinch them, okay? So right now we're going through, we're in middle map. There's a player on my left on the minimap. Let's take him out. So we go through, make him 1 shot. There you go. As soon as we get that kill now, where does my teammate spawn? On my left or on my right? Let's go through it together. So in this situation, he actually, you see he's dead, right? So let's see where he spawns, like left or right. We're going to go through it and see where he spawns. There you go, he spawns on the left, okay? So just to back away, look at the minimap with me, and look how he spawns on the left, okay? So now I know, okay, he spawned on the left. That means my enemies are on the right. Simple spawn knowledge. Now, can somebody be behind us? Absolutely, but we're focusing on the spawns. Right now, if you look at the minimap, there's a opponent on my right, and the arrow just on top of his head is pointed upwards. In case you guys weren't aware, that means he's on higher ground to myself. So now we're going to go through. I know he's in here, so we're going to simply kind of go in and center towards him. There's a player right below me, so we're going to go through again, and we're going to get that kill. So we're simply using the minimap to predict where they're going. Same situation. There's a player on the hill, and there's a player below. So I know that there's a player on the hill, and there's a player kind of underneath the stairs. So we're going to go through, and we're going to try to make a play. My teammates are now pinching, okay? So I'm waiting effectively. We get one. As soon as I get that kill now, I realize, okay, my other teammate is actually pinching through the left there. What does that mean? If you look at the minimap right now, look where my other teammate spawns. He spawns behind me here. So what that means is he actually got the good spawns. So everyone we kill now is going to spawn on the other side of the map. So I want you to pay attention to the player on my far right. He spawned there just now. So now we're going to go through and like, okay, they actually spawn on the other side now, and we're simply going to cut the lanes. There's one. Instantly we go through middle. Why? We're trying to distract them. We go through a different angle. We chuck a stun. We slide through the left, and look, we're just being annoying to deal with. We go through. They end up pinching us. So my teammates didn't do the best job of holding it. I tried my best there. We end up losing the game. But same map here. Let's see what the spawns kind of have in store for us. So like I mentioned, look at the minimap. Where do we spawn? We spawn on behind me. So we're staying on this side. My teammate has middle map. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to go through. He has the angle directly in front of him. Okay, so no one has the right hand side here. What I mean by that is look at the triangle of my teammate. Look at the triangle of my teammate. Look at the arrow of my teammate, okay? So we're just going to fast forward this one slightly again. But I want you to pay attention to the arrow of my teammate here. And we're going to use it and judge it together. There's a player behind me. There's a player on the left. What does that mean? It means the left side is kind of clear. There's a player in front of me. So he's watching directly in front of him, okay? No one's watching his right. No one's watching his right. So as I go through, I realize that's a gap. That's 2 people down right now. So there's only 2 enemies left. We go through, we slide cancel, and I'm simply picking up the lanes. If you look at the minimap now, my teammate has my left and I have his right. Why? Because I looked at the arrow and it worked out perfectly. We get a 2-piece. As soon as I get that kill, I know they're still going to spawn that side, right? So now, once again, go through a different angle. My teammate has the top there. My other teammate is pushed up. So what do I need to do? I need to simply get on the hill. But instead of just sitting on the hill playing on our side, no, I'm going to use the advantage we have, all the kills we have, and I'm going to sit in a position where we have map control. Look at this. I'm in such a good position here. I know they don't have any map control, so we're able to suffocate and bully them, and we're able to go through and get another kill. Now, same map here. Well, you're seeing a lot of Vista's very, very easy to spawn trap, and it's quite simple spawn, so it's always a good one to kind of show you guys. As we go through, there's 2 down. We're going across here, and once again, where does my teammate spawn? We're going to find out when someone dies. So we go through. I'm pretty sure my teammate spawned on the right there, but anyways, let's go across. We're going through, and I'm like, okay, I feel like they're going to spawn at the back. And as soon as I see that, okay, there's a dot behind me. It looks like they're going to spawn the other side now. So we go through, and I'm trying to find this player. So we go across, we pre-aim the right, just kind of guessing where he's going to be, and we get that kill. Okay, perfect. Now, where does my teammate spawn? The teammate that just died, if we look at the minimap together, and this is what I mean by looking at the minimap, we're focusing on the arrows, okay? So now we go through. My teammate ends up dying right there. There you go. So now Breezy just dies. So now we're going to see, where does Breezy spawn? Because that's going to show us where the new where the spawn is. And he spawns directly on the new hill. Okay. So right now we have the new spawns. So I'm not worried about the back here. I'm now worried about the front, because we have these spawns. As we go through, you see my teammate still spawns behind me. What does that mean? It means we have P4 spawns. We have this side of the map. They will be coming from the right here. So we go through, and look what we do. We nade that cut. We pre-aim the right here, and I'm simply cutting the lanes like we spoke about earlier, all because of the mini-map. We go through, and look at that. There's one, there's a second, there's a third. So where they all came from was behind me, directly behind me. They all came from the bridge area. I knew that. Why? Because of the spawns. Same thing, my teammate still spawns there. We're 3 versus 4. We get this kill. Now, where could they be? Look where my teammate spawns. He still spawns on my left. Where are they going to be? On the right. We go through, and this is where, once again, we cut the lanes and use the mini-map. I go across there. I'm going to watch this area. I get one. Instantly, I back away here. I'm just predicting where they could be. And look at this. We even pre-fire the bottom and get perfect timing. Just great predictions based on the mini-map. Okay, Rio, this one, it's not more complicated, but this specific clip, I think, can be a little bit difficult to understand. So let's go through it together. In this situation, we're pinching them, okay? And I realized that, oh, okay, even though I spawned here, during that time, so look, I spawned here, the enemies all died. So during that time, the enemies all died, and my teammates end up spawning on the right. So let's look together. You see how my teammate just spawned on the right there? Look at the minimap with me, right there. Okay, so again, let's go through that again, right there. You see my teammate spawns on the far right? So what that means is they spawn behind me. So it's not about where I spawn, it's about where did the latest teammate spawn. So now I'm like, oh, hang on. There's one player on the hill. They got two. That means the rest are spawning behind me. So I'm just going to wait here. I'm going to wait and I'm going to get them through the rotation. And there you go. He's right there. So even though I just spawned there, using the minimap to see where my teammate spawned allowed me to understand it. That one was a little bit more difficult, but if you guys can get through that one, you'll be good to go. Let's kind of fast forward the rest of them in terms of spawns. I don't think we need to go through too many. I think we went through quite a bit. Let's go on to the next tip, which is going to be... Oh, am I tweaking? Oh, okay. I am tweaking. I forgot to mention that was tip number 4. Okay, I am definitely tweaking. So what we just went through was... Okay, that's why I didn't change the number. That's on me. This is supposed to be number 4. Deal with me. That's my bad. But anyway, this is reading the spawns. Let's go through and kind of go through that again. Luckily, we went through the spawns anyways. But as we go across there, let's see what we do in the next clip. So when we're going across now, we're on 6 star. Okay, again, this is supposed to be tip number 4. That's on me. Teammates are on the... This is the start of the game. Okay, start of the game. So we're going to go through and get the first kill. Great angle. We go through, we get the first kill. Now my teammates are on the left side of the map. We go across. That's 3 down. The kill feed's very important. We go through and we get another kill. In this situation, they should still spawn on their original spawns. Nothing's changed. So I'm simply going to cut the lanes here. And this is where I want you to be really, really focused on the kill feed and reading spawns together, okay? In this situation, I know they're spawning on my right. The further I go out to a certain point, the easier it'll be for me to kill them. Why? Because they'll be sprinting at me. So we're going to go through, we're going to try cut the angle, and there's one. As soon as I kill him now, let's look at the minimap together. Where are my teammates looking? They're all looking where I am. So I realize, oh, hang on, no one is watching the far right. So I'm going to go through, and I'm going to back away. Now, is he here? I have no idea. But there's a high chance he's rotating through here because he spawned on my left. So we go through, we slide cancel, and look at that. We end up getting perfect timing. So we simply read the minimap, we read the spawns, and we were able to pinch them. Same situation right now. We go through, and I expect them to spawn in front of me. But in this situation, I can't actually see anyone. So we go across, and there's a first, and there's a second. Okay, so now we're like, all right, they are spawning in front of me. But as my team pinches now, we get the kills. I'm like, okay, hang on. We just got 4 down. They should actually now lose the back spawns and spawn at the front. Now, how can we confirm this? Let's look at the minimap together. As soon as my teammate spawns, that confirms my theory, okay? So now my teammate spawns behind me. This is easy. I know now they have spawned in P3. They have spawned in tunnel. So where could they go right now? They could either go tunnel or the far right side. So we're simply going to go through and we're going to cut the lanes. So we're reading the spawns, we're holding the angle, and look at that. If I was a second quicker there, I'd probably get a 2-piece. But reading the spawns just puts you in that position to have an advantage. Straight away, I go through a different angle, and I'm just trying to be annoying right now. With how long's left? 34 seconds left. They're not going to check this area. If I can get 1 or 2 kills there, you see we almost get the second. If I got those 2 kills there, we would have simply slowed them down and probably just like won that rotation. To Vista, this map, like I mentioned, so many predictable spawns is always a good one to go through. In this situation, my teammate's spawning on the left, so I know where are they? Spawning on the right. As simple as that. We go through, we take out the other kill. Now, my teammates are all behind me, so they should be spawning on my right. So all I'm going to do now is push through, create an angle for myself, okay? My teammate's holding middle, very important stuff. The teammate behind me, he's holding middle, so that's not my worry. My worry is right in front of me. We're gonna go through, and we're simply gonna hold this angle, okay? Now, if my teammates play the way they are and they're getting kills, then I know the rest of the opponents have to push me because it's the only way to go. So there's another one. So we're using the kill feed and we're reading spawns together. There's 3. Okay, now, very interesting. Where does my teammate spawn? He spawns where I pre-aim. And this is where you need to be quick. You need to be snappy. Look where my teammate spawns, okay? Even though I'm pre-aiming this, look what happens. He spawns right there. As soon as he spawns there, my brain triggers, okay, teammate spawns that side. That means we have those spawns. So what does that mean? It means the opponents have lost those spawns. They're going to be behind you. Straight away, we turn around, get behind the counter, and we predict the new spawns. Now, they're going to think they caught me off guard, but we turn around, and look at that. We end up going through and getting a 2-piece. Why? Because they probably didn't think I expected it. Look, we go through, we get 1, we snake and get the second. Use the mini-map to be effective. Read the spawns. It's very, very important stuff here. And we'll go through with, I think, 1 more clip on spawns, and then we'll move on to the last tip. So now we're going across here. I know they're on the right. and I'm going to push through. I'm like, okay, they should be spawning here, but my teammates here as well. So straight away, I'm like, oh, okay, they're not spawning here. They're actually spawning out towards P2, P3 or P2. Am I tweaking? P2. So right now I know they're spawning P2. Once again, cutting the lanes, looking at the kill feed, they all go hand in hand. Look what I do now. I go through, I know instantly they're spawning P2. So my job is to get there as quick as possible. And look at this. There is zero reason for this player to pre-aim me. Why? Because he's worried about the hill. He's not even worried about me, but I know exactly where he spawns. So I'm going to go through, and there's perfect timing. As soon as we get that kill, I'm now able to just distract them. In this situation, if I back away, I'm simply able to distract them. So when I get that kill, they basically now have to worry about me. Imagine how annoying that is to deal with. Look, they all just died. I get this last kill here. Now, whoever spawns up has to worry about middle map. They can't just push this cut there. And that's what you want to do. You want to be annoying and cut those lanes. Reading spawns again. Let's go through and see what happens on this P5 sub base. So we're going across here. There's a player in front of me. Great kill. We go through, and I expect them to spawn on the left. So it all comes down to your expectation. You always want to start with an expectation where you think they're going to spawn. And then what you want to do is you want to use your minimap to confirm it, okay? So we go through. I expect them to be on my right here. And you can just see from the red dots, I've read it well. We take out one. I know they're still going to be behind me. So what do? We simply reposition. I know they're going to be coming through the right. We reposition, we go through, we get a big two piece, and now I'm simply going to push down. I'm going to push through and just kind of keep them trapped there. Really good stuff there for the cruise missile. Okay, we're done with reading spawns. Let's move on to the fifth and final bit. It's going to be equipment. I'm sorry that the video kind of messed up there with the number. That actually threw me off guard as well, but let's go through and talk about equipment. So equipment is one of the most useful things in rank play. If you guys are not utilizing your equipment, you are absolutely trolling. And right here is a perfect example of utilizing your equipment. First things first is the trophy, but that's not what I'm using it for. I'm actually going to use the Semtex as a decoy. Look what happens. You see that smoke from the Semtex? That's going to allow me to jump up and cause a little bit of confusion. Now, this is a very niche thing. It's not something I rely on, but it's definitely something that can happen. You can use the nade smoke to kind of make plays sometimes. But the main thing here was the fact that I broke his trophy with my stun. So me personally, what I like to do is I always like to chuck my stun first, because then my grenade can actually get the damage off. Once I realized this player was weak, I jumped through and it was basically one shot and I was able to get the kill, opening up the map there. This play here, one of my favorites. Look what happens. We go across, and as I go through now, I'm caught in a bad spot. He's basically came out of the shadows and he's going to fry me. So right now in my head, I'm thinking, okay, obviously I've paused the video, right? So I have time to think. Now, what I could have done is drop shotted, maybe used a reaction, but my reaction was slightly different. My reaction was to go left. Very interesting now, because he's shot me, right? And I'm weak. Now, as soon as I did that, my reaction wasn't to go left to hide. It was to go left to buy time to stun him. Now look, as the stun hits him, I'm backing away. Why? I'm trying to create that angle. I know my next plan. My next plan is to jump around the corner. Now he's stunned. We simply jump around the corner to camera him and we get the kill. A two-step plan there worked absolutely phenomenally. Let's go through and see what we can do here. Is that even a word, what I just said? I don't think it is. As we go across now, this guy's snaking it. If he snakes it, he's probably going to kill me. So what do? We take our time. We make him weak. Okay, now he's weak. We've open something up here. We've opened up a little area where he's not going to challenge me. Straight away, the stun goes in. Let's wait now. Be patient. The stun hits him. We slide to the right, go through, jump to the left here, and we get the kill. Always use that two-step plan. Exact same situation here. We chuck a stun in the cut here, and look what happens. We go through. Did I chuck a stun? I'm tweaking. Okay, yeah, we do. Okay. Oh no, this one's even better. Yo, this one's one of my favorite clips. So, in this situation, this opponent, he's flanking my teammates. Now, the best thing about Semtex is if you stick them, it doesn't come up on the radar. It doesn't count as a bullet. So look what I do. I end up chucking the Semtex and sticking him. Now, the stick is a guaranteed kill. So now I can go to the left and get his teammate without them looking at the mini map. So that stick right there was just a really good play, really smart heads up play. Look at the chat there. That guy says cheat. The guy thinks I'm cheating. I was absolutely turned this game. And just like I mentioned, stunning in the cuts right now. We go through. The stun hits him. There's no trophy. What does that mean? It means get aggressive, take them off the hill. The way we broke that, there's no way we would have simply jumped with this much confidence if that stun didn't hit him. Utilize your equipment. Now, I know people say, yeah, but they've got trophies. Yes, and that's the point. Use your stun grenades and your nades to get rid of their trophies. If you and your whole team use your equipment, somebody will get the kill. Somebody will slow them down. The only way to get rid of the trophies is by actually using your equipment. Right now, we go through to high rise. You can see I don't know where they are. I kind of take a jump here. I saw somebody earlier shooting, so I chuck a stun, just a blind stun. As soon as it hits him, that's a free legendary kill, you want to utilize your equipment. It allows you to get so many more kills in the game. Now, YouTube, that is going to be 5 tips in 30 minutes. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like, and I'll catch you guys for another one tomorrow. Peace.